You're about to find out if you're ahead of the curve or falling dangerously behind in the race to retirement. And I'm guessing you're not going to like the answer. Here's the thing, 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck according to recent Lending Club data. 62%. That means 2 out of every 3 people you know are one emergency away from financial disaster. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what you should be making at every age, from your 20s through retirement. The income milestones that separate financial freedom from financial stress. And don't skip the last 2 age groups, because those are the most important for not eating cat food when you're 70. Reason number 1, your 20s, the foundation decade. That I'm young and broke, but that's fine trap. Real talk, your 20s are about laying the groundwork. The average starting salary for a college grad in the US is around $68,000 a year, according to the National Association of Colleges and Employers. By 30, you should be hitting about $70,000 annually. But here's where most people screw this up. They think, I'm young, I have time, I'll start saving next year when I get that raise. And get this, they're scrolling Instagram at 2 a.m. seeing their friend Sarah's new Gucci bag, thinking maybe just one little purchase won't hurt. And 5 years later, they're wondering where all their money went. Yeah, no, that's like planting seeds for your garden in November and wondering why nothing's growing in the spring. And according to a Bankrate study, 56% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency. That's more than half. That's like going to a party where half the people show up without pants. Uncomfortable for everyone. Your 20s are prime time for side hustles, freelance work, part-time gigs, starting your own thing. Diversifying income streams can boost your growth significantly. Plus, compound interest is your best friend here. The earlier you start, the more your money grows. And I have this friend, Mateo. He's 28, computer engineer, who started investing $200 a month when he was 23. 5 years later, he's got over $15,000 working for him. That's like 214 Chipotle burritos monthly, forever. So drop a comment below. What was the dumbest thing you bought in your 20s? And I'll go first. I once financed a $40,000 truck I absolutely didn't need because I thought it made me look successful. Spoiler alert, it made me look broke with a nice truck. Let me know in the comments. Your future self will thank you. Your present self might cry a little when you skip that $8 latte. And that's normal. Reason number 2, your 30s, the acceleration decade. Your income should be on steroids. Legally, of course. All right, you've survived your 20s. Congrats. Now it's time to actually make some money. And by your 30s, you should be pulling in $80,000 to $100,000 annually. This is the decade where you stop being entry level and start being, oh, you know things, cool. Real talk, I completely botched my 30s financially. I was so busy keeping up with everyone else that I forgot to actually build wealth. I bought the bigger house, the nicer car, went on vacations I couldn't afford, and you know what I ended up with? Bankruptcy in my late 30s. But here's where it gets juicy. I have this friend Will, 60 now, digital marketer who spent his 30s maxing out his 401k and investing in index funds. Nothing fancy, just consistent. And fast forward to now, and guess what? He's got over $2 million in his retirement accounts. Do the math. If you invest 15% of an $80,000 salary from age 30 to 60 with average market returns, you're looking at roughly $1.8 million. That's like buying 257 Honda Civics or 25,740 Chipotle burritos. Or, okay, you get it. Anyway, aim to have at least 1 to 2 times your annual salary saved by the end of your 30s. Take advantage of employer matches. That's literally free money. And consider real estate. Not to flip or become a landlord if that's not your thing, but even REITs can provide steady income. The goal? Make your money work as hard as you do. Your 30s should feel like your money finally learned to hustle. Reason number 3, your 40s, peak earning years. This is where the magic happens, or doesn't. And by your 40s, you should be looking at $100,000 to $150,000 annual income. This is it. Peak earning potential, the financial big leagues. And here's where it gets crazy. This is the decade to max out retirement contributions and solidify your foundation. The goal? Have at least 3 times your annual salary saved by the end of this decade. Fast forward to now in my story, I had to rebuild from basically zero net worth in my early 40s, maybe even upside down. I honestly can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was ugly. But you know what? The bankruptcy was the best thing that ever happened to me. Lit a fire under my ass to get financially educated. I went from zero to millionaire in my early 40s by finally understanding what wealthy people actually do with their money. They don't buy more stuff. They buy more income producing assets. My friend Alan, he's 80 now with a 9-figure business, told me something that changed everything. Poor people buy things. Middle class people buy bigger things. Wealthy people buy cash flow. Plot twist, he wasn't talking about fancy real estate deals or complex investments. He meant dividend paying stocks and rental properties, even online businesses that run with minimal input. Passive income that works while you sleep. Reassess your financial goals. Are you on track for retirement? Do you need to increase your savings rate? This is also the time to think about college expenses if you have kids. Those tuition bills sneak up fast. Trust me, I'm watching it happen with Hunter and Tyler. Your 40s are about building wealth, not just income. Remember that. Reason number 4, your 50s, the last big push. Maintenance mode activated. In your 50s, you should be pulling in $150,000 to $200,000. This is your last big push before retirement, and it's crucial. Living the dream, right? Wrong. Here's the problem. Most people in their 50s are finally making good money, so they upgrade everything. Bigger house, nicer car, expensive vacations. They are lifestyle inflating their way right out of a comfortable retirement. Real talk. I see this with Eric. He's 51, works in tech, who's making $180,000, but still feels broke because every raise gets eaten by a bigger house payment or another car lease. The goal for your 50s is have 6 times your annual salary saved by 50, 8 times by 60, according to Fidelity's retirement guidelines. Do the math. If you're making $180,000 and have only 2x saved, that's $360,000. You're basically planning to live on cat food and hope in retirement. But if you have 8x saved, that's $1.44 million. Suddenly retirement looks pretty sweet. And that's the difference between can I afford to eat out and should I winter in Florida or California this year? And take advantage of catch-up contributions for your 401k and IRA. After 50, you can add an extra $7,500 to your 401k and $1,000 to your IRA. That's like found money, except you're the one finding it in your future pocket. And start thinking about your retirement lifestyle. Do you want to travel? Start a new hobby? Move to a beach town? The more you plan now, the smoother the transition. Review your investments with a financial advisor. Make sure you're not too aggressive or too conservative. This is Goldilocks zone. You want it just right. Reason number 5, the mindset trap keeping you broke. The comparison complex. This is called the keeping up with the Joneses syndrome, which sounds like a disease, but it's actually worse. It's financially terminal if left untreated. See, here's the thing. Most people spend their entire lives comparing their income, their house, their car, their everything to everyone around them. It's that guy who sees his neighbor get a Tesla and suddenly his perfectly fine Honda feels like a punishment. Now he needs the Tesla too. Or it's that woman scrolling LinkedIn, seeing someone got promoted to VP and spiraling into a I'm a failure mode, even though she's doing perfectly fine. And the problem? You're tracking the wrong metric. You're measuring yourself against other people's highlight reels instead of your own financial goals. What you should be tracking isn't what your friends are making. It's whether your money is working toward your freedom, not theirs, yours. And remember, in my 20s and 30s, I was so busy competing with everyone else that I went bankrupt. My financial literacy was next to zero. I was measuring success by what I could buy, not by what I was building. That's the middle class mindset trap from my book. We're programmed to think wealth is about stuff when it's actually about freedom. And here's where it gets interesting. Once I stopped comparing myself to everyone else and started focusing on my numbers, my goals, my freedom, everything changed. All right, so what's the right way to think about income at every age? Simple. Your income should increase by roughly 10% annually in your 20s and 30s, then stabilize and maximize in your 40s and 50s. But more importantly, your savings should be aggressive the entire time. Here's your action plan. Calculate your target savings. Multiply 1x salary by 30, 3x by 40, 6x by 50, 8x by 60. Open and max out retirement accounts, 401k, IRA, HSA if you have one. Set up automatic transfers, 15 to 20% of gross income minimum. And create quarterly money dates, yes, with yourself or your spouse. And I do this with Daisy. Diversify income streams, side hustles, investments, passive income. And stop comparing to others. Seriously, unfollow that guy on Instagram. Your money should be hustling harder than you are. That's the goal. Look, I get it. These numbers can feel overwhelming. Maybe you're 35 and nowhere near where you should be. Maybe you're 50 and panicking. But wishing you started earlier doesn't make you wealthy. Starting now makes you wealthy. So stop being a financial ostrich with your head in the sand. Be a financial eagle. Okay, that metaphor keeps getting away from me. Just start today. Future you will thank you. Current you might need therapy, but that's what the emergency fund is for. And if you want to learn about passive income streams that actually work, check out my video on building wealth while you sleep. Now stop watching YouTube and go set up that automatic transfer. Peace be with you, and may your assets appreciate while your worries depreciate.